We're back now with an exclusive interview with the one and only Perryco, here to get his thoughts on Tramplemania. First of all, Perryco, how does it feel to be champion right now, going into this crazy main event at Tramplemania?
Well, saying it feels good is a little underlying, because it feels awesome, because I've worked my entire career to prove that I'm the best in the world, and this title just proves my point.
Oh.
So, this is so gratifying that words can't describe it.
But what kind of mindset do you have going into this kind of match, where you have everything to lose? I mean, yeah, Dan's career is on the line, the Andrew Taker streak's on the line, but your title is on the line. The most important, most sought-after prize in all of our brand is on the line in that match. What will you do to defend that?
I will just be that much better. I have this title, and it was one thing getting it, but it's a whole nother thing to retain it, because now I am the hunted, and I like being the hunted, because it brings out the best in me. Because I'm the best in the world, and when I am on my zone, I'm even better than the best in the world.
Speaking of the best in the world, at one point in time, you were a member of the NWO, arguably the greatest group that has ever been in our brand. How do you feel about reuniting with the founding fathers of the NWO in this Tramplemania match?
Well, as history be told, we were the most dominant force, because we had very talented people, and we kicked everybody's ass who stood in our way. But there came a time where we all had to move on. Andrew had one of the most legendary streak in all of sports entertainment at Tramplemania. Dan was one of the greatest performers of all time and put his life on the line no matter what. And I became the best in the world just because I knew it. I don't want to say NWO was holding me back, but when I left them, it was like Ozzy Osbourne leaving Black Sabbath. I just moved on to bigger and better things.
In a recent statement made by Dan the Man on an exclusive interview here on Tramplemania.com, he was asked who he thought was the most influential and greatest superstar of all time, and he said himself. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, I do. Dan was nothing but an insect. He was hurting NWO. I never wanted to say anything because he was like the little engine who could. Me, Andrew, and even Taylor Crowell, the rib break kid, had to carry him along. Sure, Dan got better with time, but when NWO was on its the kings of the world, Dan was just there. To put it into words, he was the Ringo of the Beatles.
Speaking about Dan and the Andrew Taker again, in an earlier interview today, we talked to the Andrew Taker about what it would mean to end Dan's career at Tramplemania. How do you feel if you're responsible for Dan's career being ended?
It'd be very gratifying, because we started our careers together, and who better to end it than me? Because over the years, me and Dan had our feuds. He beat me, I beat him for the titles. This time, there's something extra on the line. So to end his career, to be the one to kick his ass one final time as he goes home crying, there'd be no better feeling in the world. And knowing that I retained my title would be perfect.
And another question, your former friend, the Andrew Taker, how would you feel to be the one that ends his streak?
Well, quite frankly, I've done everything there is to do except end his streak. It is all known history that at WrestleMania 2 years ago, he did beat me for the title. But things have changed. I have gotten better. 6 months ago, I nearly ended his career. So if I ended his streak, it'd be just another notch in a belt, would be the grandest belt of all. Because I would have done everything there is to do and then some. If I ended my former friend's streak and ended my friend's career, it would just prove that I was the best of them all.
One last question for you. If by some chance you do lose in this crazy Tramplemania main event, what will you do after this?
That's not even a question, because I can't lose. If I lose, there's nothing left. I cannot lose the biggest match of all time, because I will be known as a loser. And I will not be known as a loser by everyone, because I'm the best. The best is a winner. There is nothing after.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A very inspired, very motivated Perry Aberson. Good luck this weekend, Perry.
Thank you, but I don't think I'll need it.